Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we're going to preview Oklahoma and Temple. The game is tomorrow up there in the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium up there in Philadelphia. So we're just going to break down a little preview of the game, and then we're going to get on out of here and get ready for the game. So you already know what time it is. Grab your drink. Even fire something up if you want to. But at the end of the day, let's get it, baby. All right, like I said, the game is tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, right after College Game Day. I think it's on ESPN2, if I'm correct. Let me ask y'all a question. What is all this being scared of a letdown? You know, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. We've been waiting to arrive at this point. Then we get to this point, and then now y'all like y'all scared. Do what you got to do, man. Go up there, win, get the hell on out of there. Come on back. Let's get ready to put those things on Jackson. So did y'all get y'all Philly cheesesteak destinations in order? You know, like I said, try to stay away from Pat's and Geno's. You know, those are tourist, attractions or tourist traps, however you want to look at them. Do I have a bug flying around this bitch? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, just try to do a little research. Try to find you something a little more off the beaten path. Like I said, now if you have any doubts or you feel concerns about the area that you in up there in Philly, then go ahead and take your ass to Pat's or Geno's. Because like I stated before, Philly is not the type of city you just want to be riding around in, sightseeing, and not knowing where the hell you're going. You can get your ass in some serious shit up in there. But anyway, even during the off season, you had a lot of people outside the program, even some in the program, questioning why is Oklahoma going on the road to Temple? Well, I actually love it. I like the fact that they get to have a little dress rehearsal about how they logistics and everything works out when they go on the road. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really want their first road trip to come going down there to whoop Texas's ass here in a little while. Go ahead and get the logistics out the way. You playing a team that you should be able to line up and play clean football and get the win, get the hell on out of there. Do we want to see them go out there and dominate Temple? Yes. Do we want this shit over with by halftime? Yes. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind, things, them hitting a little adversity, you know what I mean? They need to go through certain things. We don't need to be trying to find out how they're going to respond with some adversity when it's, nut cutting time, when we playing against the big boys. You know what I mean? Let's find out now. I'm not worried about no damn letdown. And I already know some of y'all, the first time they come out and something ain't quite like you think it should be, it's, they just sleepwalking. They ain't taking them serious. Shut your ass up. Shut the hell up. It's still early in the season. We shuffling a lot of damn players through there. All of those guys haven't been there 3 and 4 years. Some of those guys only freshmen, redshirt freshmen, true sophomores. They still got shit they need to iron out. They still don't know all of their damn assignments. Just shut your ass the fuck up. But anyway, I really like the idea of getting a road game in here right about now. Come back home, stomp the shit out of Auburn, and bitch slap Kent State, and then we're going to go down there and handle business down there in the Red River. But anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. Temple is 2-0. Let's see, I believe they averaging 48, 49 points a game. So yeah, their offense done improved since last year, and that's another damn thing. we kept telling people all the time how, they was shitting on us all off season about, oh, you're 6-7, 6-7. And we kept telling them, yeah, we okay, whatever. But those guys gonna get better. Football players get better from year to year. They don't just stay the same. Well, some of them do, but you would ideally not, you would think, most players improve as time goes on. You start shedding that high school strength, start getting your college strength, and you just being in that weight program and the nutrition program and all that stuff, but I think Temple, they awful fucking lucky and they just hot right now, or they improved. Either way, they gonna be better than they was last year. Believe that. Now, what does that mean? Don't really mean a whole lot. Because at the time we played them last year, we didn't really know. We was concerned after the game because of the way it looked. The scoreboard, you thought we stomped the shit out of them. Well, our defense did, but offense didn't really do a whole lot. They just kind of cashed in on the opportunities that the defense created, which is fine. You need those two, just like everything else. But at the end of the day, they about to play, a really good offense in OU, and we know they I ain't gonna even sugarcoat it. They ain't got the athletes to shut us down offensively. The only thing that can stop us is us. Let's just put that out there. I'm not talking down on no motherfucking Temple. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. I'm just calling it like it is. Let's get into some of the players. Okay, so every time I hit record, these loud ass cars and shit start going by. Hear that shit through the windows. Anyway, let's start with the quarterback. What's his name? Evan Simon. He's hot right now. 9 touchdowns. I don't think he has any interceptions. Dude is throwing like 77% completion rate or something like that. So he's showing his natural ass right now. But good for him, man. I think Temple's going to end up probably having a similar approach as, Illinois State. I'm sure you might. Well, I don't even know if Kent got anybody. Kent State might not even have anybody worth protecting. But if Temple want to go do the damage that they want to do in their conference, they need to really make some business decisions. You know what I mean? Because right now, the way that defensive line is picking motherfuckers up and tossing them, you don't want to start losing players. Ask Michigan. They lost players, last week, man. And, I don't like when people get hurt. I do like when you get your ass put in a coma. But I don't want to see nobody get hurt and out for any, significant time or anything like that. So hopefully both teams can get in and out this game without any new injuries. But the way we seeing this defense toss motherfuckers, man, ooh. I'm just saying, Temple, hey, if y'all come out and y'all land a couple of haymakers early, then shit, ride that wave. But hey, we start stumping y'all ass out, I suggest you wave that motherfucking flag, man, and get y'all asses up out of there, with y'all lives intact. So yeah, Simon is he's on a heater right now, so we'll see if he can continue that. Regardless of how or whatever they doing, I expect us to be able to pretty much, go in there and do what we do. Can upsets happen? Sure, they can happen. But man, I just can't see any scenario where this team is at a point right now where they finna overlook anybody or let shit slide. They ain't letting a damn thing slide. Believe that. After the last year and all the shit that we ate all off season, ain't no way in hell they gonna let that happen. So I'm not that worried about no letdown, and I'm not finna sit here and start hollering and crying just because he overthrows somebody or we get a fumble here and there. Now, I will say this. What's the special teams coach, Deacon, whatever? You better get your shit together, sir. I know that you ain't the one physically out there dropping punts and doing all this other shit, running the kickers. But hey, you better get your shit together, because we all know if the first coach that's gonna have to go if it come down to nut cutting time is gonna be the special teams coach. Hell, we had a coach that didn't even bother to even recognize special teams for a long time here. But we not gonna speak that motherfucker's name, is we? So well, I guess I should use proper English, are we? Anyway, So running back, you got 1-2 punch. You got I wouldn't even call it thunder and lightning. It's more like Ducker is more of your I would just call him your standard running back, all around, all purpose. Then they got the little scat back, Worthy. First of all, we don't like dudes with the last name Worthy. We just had to thump one of them motherfuckers a while back down there in the Red River, didn't we? He did torch us one time though. But that 1-2 punch, they've been doing good, man. That little scat back, you gotta watch Worthy, man. He will embarrass your ass if you come in that whole half stepping. So Omasigo, Kip, Kobe, y'all come in that hole, and Heineke, y'all break his ass off, man. Bust his ass a couple times. He'll start shying away from some of that. Let's see what else we going. Let's get into the. It ain't a whole lot to cover here. I mean, defensively, I'm not gonna do a whole lot on that side of it anyway. But anyway, back over here, tight end. Tight end, they got a big ass 6'6", 6'7" tight end, and he's showing his natural ass. This dude is averaging 20 yards a catch, and usually, it's you ain't gonna find a whole lot of wide receivers that even come close to 20 yards a catch. And he's a tight end, busting ass out there, boy. He ain't playing. But I think, this is where we can see someone like Kendall Daniels use his size to get on his ass. Now, he can't match him size for size, but we know he can definitely keep up with him speed-wise. And Kendall Daniels is a big-ass linebacker, bro. And we've seen what he did when he baptized Justice Hayes over there on that little flare-out. I told y'all, man, as soon as they throw this shit out there, we was going to bust their ass. And that dude almost lost his life out there. But anyway, he lived. Matter of fact, well enough to bust ass back with a 75-yard touchdown. Oh, raggedy ass. But anyway, so like I said, you got the big ass tight end going across there, man. He's like I said, averaging 20 yards a catch. Wide receiver wise, they got they're not that dynamic, y'all. But they, their wide receiver, JoJo Bermudez or Bermuda or whatever the hell, he's their leading receiver. It ain't a whole lot to see here. Like I said, I'm not trying to disrespect Temple or their players or whatever, but at the end of the day, man, I think that, there are wide receivers on our squad that definitely would be starters at Temple. So I expect just for us to definitely just overwhelm them with talent and numbers and depth. Defensively, like I said, there ain't a whole lot to talk about there. Their defensive end, what's his name, Cameron, I think it's like Cameron Stewart or something like that. He got a nice little inside quick move, that he likes to pull over there off the defensive end. But I expect Fasusi to, now we seen Fasusi get caught last week, one time inside by Michigan. But I don't remember seeing him get caught again. I think he learned right off the bat real quick. I can't let that shit happen. But hey, if this guy, if he does whatever he does, I think I got the confidence that Fasusi's gonna counter, and he ain't gonna get but one opportunity per trick. You know what I mean? So yeah, outside of that, man, it's Temple. Like I said, it wasn't gonna never be a whole lot of deep dive into Temple. You know what I mean? We'll get a little bit deeper when we start getting into Auburn and stuff like that, because we got a lot more familiarity with some of those players. But other than that, man, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and touch on this, and like I said, man, don't be panicking the first time OU gives up something. They not perfect. It's early in the season. I was hoping that we could have got at least one shutout, in the non-conference. Maybe it comes against Kent, but hell, Norman North will probably shut their shit down too. But we'll go ahead and get our ass up out of here, get ready for happy hour, and then wake up tomorrow morning and tear some shit up. So, it's your boy Sippin', and I'm out of this bitch. Peace.